Okay, hi. Here at the park, went for a walk, and I'm tired and hot, but I wanted to review Lunchmeat because it's actually kind of an apt setting for Lunchmeat because it's set in the woods, and the movie is pretty much entirely during the day, and so it's pretty bright out here, and it's pretty bright in the movie. But and Lunchmeat, I mean, have you ever heard of it? The first place I ever heard of this movie was from the zine Lunchmeat, which was a magazine dedicated to VHS, and they named their magazine after Lunchmeat, which I'd never heard of. And when I ordered the zine and I really liked it, and it just made me want to get the movie. And this was like during the MySpace days, and after I found Lunchmeat, the magazine, I found this guy on Facebook that did this like DVD bootleg place called Screamatorium DVD. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of that. And I remember when I found his MySpace page, I mean, he had so many movies that I'd heard of or a lot I'd never even heard of. And he had really cheap prices, and he had this one. So right away I ordered Lunchmeat. I ordered a bunch of movies from him. But just unfortunately, about half the movies I ordered from him, they either something was wrong with them. Like one of them, I can't remember which one it was. Just no audio. Another one kept freezing. Just it was just kind of bad quality dubs, which sucked because the dude was really cool. I mean, I remember like emailing him or messaging him, and he just seemed like a really cool dude. And then Screamatorium just folded; it just went away. But fortunately, I got Lunchmeat, and on my old DVD player, it froze towards the end. But on my Blu-ray player, it works. It works just fine. And this movie, I looked it up on IMDb. I couldn't find any info on it on IMDb. I know a VHS version does exist, but I couldn't find it on Amazon or eBay. So this is to me, it's a pretty rare movie. Again, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, and if you're into slasher movies like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Hills Have Eyes, you would want it just because of that, because it's like those movies. Is it a good movie? It is. It just right away I'll tell you, it doesn't have the gore that you expect. When looking at the cover, this guy holding a severed arm, I was expecting like a gore fest, and even though it does have have its share of kills, it's really low budget, so the effects are really cheap, and there's some decapitations, and they do try, but with whatever low budget they had, they just couldn't afford good special effects, and that's a shame because the rest of the movie is pretty good. The family of maniacs, it's like a dad and his three sons. Watching it again, they're really good. Their acting is okay. You even kind of see how they kind of, even though they're real crazy and violent maniacs, they actually still care about each other, and that came through watching it again. The kids that go into the woods, mostly don't really care about them. There is one guy, he's a real jerk, but he's like my favorite character in it. He comes off kind of gay, but he isn't. But he's just like the best character in there for the kids that get killed off. It says, caution: if decapitations, cannibalism, and brutal savage acts of suspense and gore turns your stomach, this film is not for you. I mean, after I read that, it says it right here on the cover too. That made me want to see it even more. But it's just not like it's nowhere near Chainsaw, Hills Have Eyes, or even Friday the 13th, 1 through 4. All the classics. Lunchmeat is not up there, but it's definitely a movie. If you're into slashers, that you'd want to add to your collection just because it is so rare. And like I said, I think it's rare. I'd like to hear if anyone has ever heard of it. And it, like I said, it's set entirely during like harsh daylight, so that kind of does give it its own feel. Like it's kind of weird. Some parts almost like it's like dreamlike because you just don't see slasher movies set entirely during the day. It's set in the mountains of San Bernardino, and I don't want to give it all away, but it's hard to track down. I was looking for like sellers, someone that does bootleg it, but I couldn't find any. But I just wanted to talk about this one because I've had it for a while and I kind of forgot about it. And I was like, man, this is one I should talk about. If horror fans don't know about this, you should know at least that it exists and that it was made because you could tell that the people that made it, they like these kind of movies, and that just made me like it more. There's really like no info on this. I'm sure the guys that do Lunchmeat fanzine, they know more about it. Uh, Maybe I'll contact them, or you could contact. You should look for Lunchmeat magazine too. It's really good. I remember when I was getting back into buying VHS, like a couple of years before, then Lunchmeat came out, and I was like, man, these guys are into like all the same stuff that I'm into. So, it's a really good magazine. And overall, Lunchmeat is a good movie. If you could find it somehow, I say get it. Just don't, pay. Even if it was like 30, maybe I would say get it because it's just it's so rare, so deep from the underground of horror movies that it would be worth just having them like your completist and like to get all those obscure slasher movies like I do. If they're good enough. There's so many, a lot of like ones that aren't that good. But Lunchmeat is definitely one that you should keep on your radar and keep an eye out for. And pretty much about it for Lunchmeat. But one last thing, I ordered some movies from this website called Cult Action, and you should look up their website. They have a lot of great movies that some I've heard of, most I've never heard of, and I'm expecting a package from them pretty soon, and I'll do a video on that. And pretty much that's it. I just want to say hi to all my subscribers, all my friends on Facebook, everybody. Thanks for watching the videos, and I'm gonna upload this as soon as I get home and do more. And I got it from the park. It's getting hot. I'm gonna get out of here, so see you later.